Do you consider yourself a feminist?
Yes, absolutely. You know, I'm always a little bit puzzled when any woman of whatever age, but particularly a young woman, says something like, and you've heard it, something like, well, I believe in equal rights, but I'm not a feminist. Well, a feminist is by definition someone who believes in equal rights.
No, that's not true in fourth wave feminism. Underprivileged groups insisted that the white feminists had no right to be there. The entire movement is full of contradictions and double standards. You can look it up, Frankfurt School, 1959. You can look up postmodernism. We'll give you a ton of books that you can read on it. This is what's being taught in our universities.
There needs to be a decision in our country and on every college campus that any woman who reports an assault should be heard and believed.
During Mr. Clinton's presidency, 3 women came forward accusing him of sexual assault. One of the president's accusers, Juanita Broaddrick, sent out this tweet on January 6th. Now, Mrs. Clinton is right, of course, that when a woman reports a sexual assault to the police or campus authorities, of course she has the right to be heard and taken seriously, treated with dignity, but she does not have the right to be believed.
Feminists claiming to support women unless, of course, you voted for President Trump. Listen.
When I see women doing that, I think, why are they publicly disrespecting themselves?
We are tired of hearing from people like her and Michelle Obama and liberal Hollywood elitists that we should vote for somebody just because they're a woman.
The feminists are teaching tolerance of everyone, women's rights, unless you think differently than they do.
Give me your straightforward position on the issue of abortion.
The unborn person doesn't have constitutional rights.
Well, a feminist is by definition someone who believes in equal rights.
Abortion is, in my opinion, and I recognize how controversial this is, a form of killing. It is a form of killing that we need to be able to defend. Capitalism and capitalist states rely really heavily on the family as a unit of social discipline, social order. In the history of feminism, abolishing the family was, very well known as a demand.
All across the world, fewer and fewer people are getting married. Economics, cultural norms, and birth control have all played their part in fueling this trend. Is marriage obsolete? The financial imperative and incentive for women to marry has been reduced. That is, more children are born out of wedlock and to single parents than before. Traditionally, the arrangement was pretty clear. The husband makes the money while the wife takes care of the house and kids. There may not have been a ton of choice in this division of responsibilities, but both parties benefited from it in some way.
Children won't belong to patriarchy in the future, and they won't belong to us either. They will belong only to themselves.
But there's a brand of more radical feminism that insists that our culture is best characterized as an oppressive patriarchy, and I think that, first of all, that's an appalling sociological doctrine, and I think it has very negative psychological effects.
There's a certain forgetfulness, I think, that's taken place on the revolutionary and radical left about family abolition. I think we've forgotten how to dream that big.
What do you think women's liberation was about? And I said, I had pretty conventional thinking about it at that point. I said, I think it's about women having the right to work, getting equal pay with men, just like they won the right to vote, And he started to laugh and said, "You're an idiot." And I said, "Why am I an idiot?" He said, let me tell you what that was about. We, the Rockefellers, funded that. We funded women's lib, And we're the ones who got all over the newspapers and television, the Rockefeller Foundation. He says, and you want to know why? He said, there were 2 primary reasons. And one reason was we couldn't tax half the population before women's lib. And the second reason was, now we get the kids in school at an early age. We can indoctrinate the kids how to think. It breaks up the family. The kids start looking at the state as the family, as the school, as the officials, as their family, not as the parents teaching them. And so those are the 2 primary reasons for women's lib, which I thought up to that point was a noble thing. You know, when I saw their intentions behind it, where they were coming from when they created it, the thought of it, I saw the evil behind what I thought was a noble venture.
Aaron, did you know that Gloria Steinem, in one of her own books, now admits the CIA funded this magazine?
CIA funded this magazine?
Funded this magazine with the stated goal of taxing women and breaking up the family.
No kidding.